Hi, today we're going to talk about another element of the R in the RESPECT program, which is recording or awareness. This is all about opening up the space between stimulus and response, which means something happens and you react. So when this space is very tiny, you don't even know that there was a gap where you could have made a choice. But inside that gap is where your freedom is. So, for instance, somebody makes you mad. They do something, you get mad. You don't really ever notice that there was a choice in there for you not to get mad because they did that thing. So of course you got mad. The goal is to open up that space to say, here was the stimulus, they did that thing, and here's my response, I got mad. Now this is like Dash in The Incredibles. Now imagine, it almost feels like everything slows down when one of those superheroes that has super speed comes into a room and is able to manipulate everything, slow down time, and really change the outcome of events. That's exactly what we're doing here, and I promise you it's possible. Everything that stimulates us in our lives has an opportunity for us to change how we respond to it. We really do feel in so many cases like there's no other way I could have responded. They said that, I had to say, you're a jerk. But when we really open it up, we realize, whoa, we do have some choices. We can be aware of how anger arose in our body. We can be aware that we think these thoughts when they act that way, and that those thoughts themselves are why we are reacting. Developmentally, babies don't have any gap. If they're mad, they scream. If they're hungry, they scream. If they want something, they're going to grab at it. There's really no gap. We all probably know some adults that never developed along that point. But we also ourselves, I think every human on earth, tends to feel like, oh, this person made me mad. This person caused me to have to behave the way I did. And sanity and being a responsible adult really comes down to widening that gap and recognizing that our behavior is something that we're actually accountable for ourselves. So the first step in doing this is actually waking up to those triggers, the thing that hits, that makes us go, ah! Now, when I have little kids, my kids are a little older, but when they start to fight, I really say, that person's trying to push your buttons because you're a fun toy. They basically go, meh, and you go, ah! And that's really a fun thing to play with. So why don't we just not let them push your buttons? And it's been somewhat helpful, but obviously hasn't solved all of the problems. But it's the same thing with us. If we can say, whoa, my buttons are getting pushed. Triggering is a really trendy word right now, but you have to know what is triggering me. And here's how you find out. You'll feel it in your body. I didn't know this until relatively recently, but every emotion is felt in your body. You'll actually feel anger. And there is some studies actually that shows that people who have lost sensation or paraplegic or have other issues where their neurological systems aren't functioning actually will feel a lower a more subtle form of emotion because so much of your emotions is felt in your body. So this is how you're going to get your clues. When you start feeling tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, you'll start to feel flesh, you'll start to feel hot. It almost always happens in the core of your body. And so what we're going to really focus on today, until you do your next unit, is really thinking, what's happening in my body when I feel that something triggered me? Somebody cut me off, my spouse did that thing, my kid did that thing that I hate, or I saw a bowl of sugar, or there was a buffet, or I went to a party and I was triggered. You can feel the fear come into your body. Pay attention to your body because that will be your sign. This is the place where I can open that gap. This is the place where I can choose my response. Now, getting to change your response is going to maybe a little farther down the road, but first we have to know that there was a chance for one. So let's talk a little bit about opening that gap in the next little few days, maybe the next little week, to start noticing when your body reacts and recognizing and saying to yourself, this is the time that I can make a decision about how I react.